One, two, one, two. Okay. Boom. There I am. There you guys are. There is Tara. Not bad. Not bad. Hey Carla. Jennifer's here. Happy Easter, everyone. Heidi's here. Miss Zen Bliss is here. Okay. Oh, Louisa's actually here. Sweet. Who did it? Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Oh, Lisa's here. Tiff is here. Claire is here. Sweet. Okay, if I missed you, I'm sorry. I think I got everybody. There's not that many people here. But anyway, happy Easter to everybody that celebrates. Easter is my dad's... You're on a I love it when you guys do that. All right, sweet, Rita. We'll catch you on the replay. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad you remembered we're here. Hey, Sheila. So Easter is my father's absolute most significant and favorite holiday, and so I can appreciate those of you that celebrate it, and for it, for whatever meaning it has with you, if it's just or not just anything, but happy Easter. Hey, Shelly. Tara and Rex are over there, and believe it or not, I can't believe we're actually this close to starting on time. I've actually, I've had one of those, hey Rachel, I've actually had one of those days, where you dread and dread and dread, and then you just get the shit done. That's the kind of day I've had, so I'm in a pretty good mood from that. And I wanted to do a myth class, but what just felt better for me tonight was to do sort of a flow tech class, because I want to kind of eventually set up something called tipping. And I think the more well-versed you guys are in rolling, at least as I understand what rolling is, I think the better we can get into that material. And I'm still kind of putting that material together too, just as a teacher. It's I wouldn't say it's quite fully baked yet. But if we have some common language, it'll really help. So that's what we're going to kind of work on tonight. This is a very old school Hoop Path class in the sense that it's going to be a deep dive into vertical rolling. I don't know what your medical charts are. I don't know how you're feeling today. So if we start to overwork a body part or something like that, just take a break. I'm definitely not here to hurt anybody. I've been doing this a long time, and it definitely toughens up my arms. So oops, oh no. I did that thing. Okay, but everything looks like it's... Here, let me just check and make sure I didn't just goof everything I just did. No, that looks all right, all right. Okay, no, we're good. Okay, good. Sorry, I've actually spent the day setting up.
You're back.
Yeah, I hope I'm back. Old school equals best school, yeah. Okay, so let me show you a little bit about what vertical rolling is, and then we'll sway up and get going. So the deal with, let me know if the stream just cut out, let me know, guys. It hasn't given us any indication that it did, so I don't think it did, but if it did, let me know. Oh. That's what's wrong. There we go. Okay. This is vertical rolling. And the reason why we started calling it rolling in the first place was way, way back in the day. It was so old school that we wanted just a slang name for when the hoop wasn't spinning around. Okay, good. We wanted just a name for something when the hoop was just wasn't spinning around your core, but spinning around somewhere else. And so whatever, started calling it rolling. And it was really just so that we didn't get, confused about what we were talking about. So I taught that way. And so the way that I've always understood rolling is just rolling the hoop around. But like every sort of technique in hooping, there's no real rules to say this is definitely not rolling or this definitely is. But I would say one thing about rolling is that this would be samurai movement. This would not necessarily be rolling. rolling is movement of the hoop around something. It is sort of a running of a na around a body part. And you can stop that, and you can zig that, and you can zag that, you can ISO that, you can do all the things with that. But the default is that it's going to be moving. That's what makes it rolling. It's like a rolling stream or a rolling, whatever, Hubin Daly's here. Sweet. Okay. All right, so let's sway up. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. We're going to sort of explore that. And I hope that made sense. Our beautiful dog, or Tara's beautiful dog, Rex, is not a big fan of sway. Okay, so I have already put a playlist together on SoundCloud, but we're gonna start off with just some super slow stuff on my iTunes. Yeah, this will work. Oh, Juniper's here, sweet. Okay, so let's get going with this. Kelly's here. Wow, look at the whole crew. Nice. Let's see. I see. 1 second, everybody. There we go. Okay. Now. All right. Why is the song not playing? Oh, I know. Sorry, y'all. All right. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. Audible breath in. I think one of the most amazing things about human beings and their bodies is how so many human beings can draw with their bodies in the most creative of ways. Ways of moving that are almost taken for granted. And I'll tell you exactly what I mean. I'll show you what I mean. I, as your movement teacher, can ask you to move like seaweed. You've never been seaweed. You've never been stuck at the bottom of an ocean. You've only seen it. You've probably only seen its movement on film. And yet, by visualizing it, your body can become seaweed. Creative processor is so well developed that I can ask you to be that seaweed in hard, fast currents and in slow, gentle currents. That's how amazing our brains are. That we can add variable onto variable onto variable, and our creative processors can deal with it and help us have fun with it. Audible breath in. All right. That was kind of a short sway. Oh, they're digging the new camera angles. Didn't waste 3 hours today. Sweet. All right. If you ever want to get on my good side, tell me the cameras look great. Okay, let's, of course I'm having fun. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about rolling and, oops. All right, so we're going to start with the, we're going to kind of take a deep dive with rolling. And the first thing we're going to start with is just the roll itself. And there's going to be one rule that we're going to go ahead and, yeah, kind of a rule. But it's a fun roll, it's an easy roll. And that is because we all have different sort of tolerances for things so far. Your arms will toughen up if you're new to this or whatever. So because of that, I'm just going to invite you that when you just listen to your body and when it's time to change hands, that you'll just change hands. Like if you start to get burned out on one hand or something. And that'll be good anyway, because we want to learn these things in both hands anyway. Let's see. Huh. Well, shucks. Okay, I don't know if... I haven't done this in a while. Huh. It says we're on. Okay. 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 If it's pausing, you... I am sending this to you guys in the resolution is very poor on mine, so if you're watching on your TV, it could lock up. I'm not exactly sure how that would work. But... mine's okay. Okay, sweet. So maybe it's just, all right. I really like it when you guys tell me that there's a lag. It helps us sort of find the problem. Just joining all as well. Okay, cool. So maybe it might just be your individual connection, Ms. Sin, and I'm not sure. Hopefully that's what it is. Because I would hate to lose everything. All right, so, oh yeah. So we're going to jump over to my playlist now. Okay. All right, so I don't want to spend too much time talking about every single part of this class tonight because I don't want you to get tired as we're doing this. All right, sweet. Now, since it's Monday night, we're going to get a little mythy. Yeah, we're done with the sway if you want to bring him out. All right, sweet. Thanks for chiming in. Okay. Okay, so let's get back into character here. Saza the Illuminated. She's the second ever Maidan She's the first friend of Ana. She's very, very petite. She's about 5 foot, maybe less. She's of African descent. She has a giant afro. She's beautiful. And she would play with the wind. She would stick out her arms and play with it and dance with it. And she would wear these long sashes and capes and mystical things that the wind would... She would take the wind and she'd wrap it around her, let it go. And so our first approach to rolling tonight is going to be based on that. This idea that you're creating a wind current with your roll. If I weave with it, I'm stopping the roll. It's kind of like I'm stalling the roll. You can think of it that way. And then I can go back into my rolling. Your arms need a break. I can hop into a weave. So when we say vertical hooping, when I say vertical hooping in the hoop path, I always mean off body, just because sky angle was what sky and earth sort of described that already. So you can translate into your language, but in hoop path, vertical hooping is off body hooping. Good. Now, just like when the hoop is rolling around your body. Okay, good. Maybe the buffer's filling up or something. Sometimes you have I don't know. I'm sure you know that. So, what I wanted to play with as we explored this is kind of what Tara's doing already. She's not there. There she is. Which is to play with taking the roll to a different part of the body. So we've been rolling, we've been switching hands. And now you can go ahead and, let's try to find that rhythm. I'm rolling here. Bring my arm in. Out. So, now this is important. You can kind of see it. Tara is doing a rising current. I'm doing a falling current. Oop. Tired of that, you can come out of it, switch arms. You could just start it that way. Oh, well, you can. That's one way to pop it in, is if I come back here and come here and then just tuck my elbow into it. Let's see. That's... Yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing. I hadn't really thought about that. So I'm going left, right, and then back here. All right, so I'm in my right hand. I'm weaving across and then back, and then that's when I'm dipping my elbow back into the current. Today's practice, I really love this thing. Yeah, I need to work on the merch thing. Sorry. I know I promised you guys hoodies and couldn't look. So anyway, I'm in this vertical roll here. I can play with that. Let's see, I can't remember this right now. Oops. Say what? For those of you that have two hoops and do twins, one of the cool things you can do with twins, I wish I had another hoop my size, is you can bounce at the same time wherever you're rolling, however you're rolling. But if you just start to bounce, both of the hoops will sync. All right. As we're talking about, actually, I'll just let the music play so I don't drift off into space talking too much. But one cool thing about rolling, obviously, is, or maybe it's not obvious, but is isolations and the way the hoop is rolling. So the way, the direction of its roll and how the movement of my hand correlates to that. This is a stall. But then if my movement of my hand is going opposite, like if the box I'm drawing is, if I was drawing a box in the opposite direction that the hoop was traveling, that's kind of an anti-spinny thing. But
so long as guilt resides here.
Nice. Nice, Tiff. I'm catching up here, guys. Sorry I didn't know. Tiff, that's awesome. Nice, Tiff. Tiff's been hooping almost as long as I have. That's awesome. It's a trip how you can have, like, oh my gosh. I remember when I did my first wedgie. I was like, finally. I never got it again, though. So I'm in rolling now. And what I invite you to play with is, remember in shoulder hooping how we would talk about pulses, like where you would just pulse, you would just put a quick burst of energy. You can kind of do that, or you can do that totally with rolling in any direction. And I'll show you what I mean. Like if I bring the hoop up here and I'm just using my whole body to help me roll, my arm's not really even moving that much, then I can just push with my arm or try like kind of an erratic movement and just see what happens to the hoop, right? So I'm here, I'm just gonna push. And every now and then you'll hit something and the hoop will either pause or speed up or whatever, and that's usually meaning that you're hitting one side of either the stall or the anti-spin perfectly, right? And you can play with how you hit those. There we go. You can play with how you hit those. This is the song I thought that was going to play for this. Or maybe not the point, but in this exercise, we're just talking about pulses. And for those of you that are like into samurai, you could like, you can pulse and come in and out of samurai the same way. But essentially, like what makes hopefully I'm getting this across. What makes a roll is that it keeps rolling, right? So if you interfere too much with samurai, then you're just kind of like reversing, which is cool, but it's not necessarily rolling. here's my rolling. Here's my pulsing. And kind of what Tara was just doing is kind of where we were headed, which is then to grab some put samurai on it and grip it maybe. Isolate. This is vertical rolling. And you can see what I mean. Like the hoop is not actually losing momentum. It's not static like this. What's giving it that whole sort of pop is that it's constantly moving, it's rotating. The hoop community got obsessed with isolations for like many years. People used to call isolation, like the way people talk about flippy foldy shit now is the way people used to talk about isolations back then. Okay. How you feeling? Okay. All right. So just to get the heart rate up for a little bit, since we're going to come back to some more things, but I thought that I would show you guys, and hopefully these pants aren't too baggy to do this, but there is a very athletic way to do rolling with the legs, and that would be to put a leg in. Yeah, sweet. Good. Live in the place you love, right? So we're here, and this is vertical rolling on one leg. No, I'm not flexible at all. Tara knows that. So this is the only way I could do this right now. But that's my left leg, and then I would switch to my right leg. I'll switch to my right leg. Reverse. All right. Nice, T. Oh, we gotta get you back on there. There we go. Yep. Wow. Man, it doesn't take much to get you. My heart rate's like rocking right now. I don't know about these pants, but slides are hard. Okay. Sure. Need a better dismount. I definitely have a first current. I don't know, Juniper. As you can see, I have not. I don't have a good dismount. Tara's got the side thing going. Mine have the. Oops. Yeah, let's see. Let's talk good. Well, you could definitely do that, like the thing that that hoopers do, where you. Let's thing, right? Let's do all the foldy shit. What else could you do? Yeah, I don't know. I can't get out fast enough. You could go through it. You like to duck under. Okay, cool. Nice. 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 Okay. I definitely think if I want to just like go get the hoop on and get the hoop off, I'm spinning the hoop to the right wall right now. Yeah. And I'm noticing that, all right, so my 6 p.m. hand, whatever hand that is to you, definitely, or 6, yeah, I definitely think dropping it on with the same hand that it's holding to the same side of the body is helpful. Thank you, Miss Bliss. Okay. All right, that's about as upbeat or as high paced as we're going to get, I think. It did? Yeah, I bet. Okay. So we're going to kind of like move to two different areas, but with the same concept. And you know, kind of predictably, we're headed towards tosses. And no matter where you are, you can work on your tosses. I used to live in a place that had like 7.5-foot ceilings, and so it was really low. But it taught me sort of how to do these little micro tosses. And they can like feel like very, you know, I don't mean this in the wrong way, but they can feel very zen. And one of the ways you can sort of deepen your connection to it is to imagine that when you're holding it, you are still trying to add momentum to it. You're still trying to keep it rolling. And these tosses are really just like, that's all right, keeping the hoop rolling. Sweet, please do. Boom. Boom. And if I push into the corner, the bottom corner, the hoop stays rolling. Now, I like to throw from my forearms, and you know, this might not be comfortable for everybody. And then you can imagine like, it's like I'm dipping my hands through a waterfall here, and I'm pulling my hands out. come back.
How we did upon this road.
Okay, I'm gonna add one little part to this, since we're kind of running low on time. I know this is super geeky, so we'll probably have a longer free hoop than usual, but since this is Monday night and this is the advanced class, I hope this is not too geeky. But when I want to show you something, when I'm making these tosses here, when I am making these tosses here, I'm re-engaging with the hoop. Like once it's in the air, I'm pushing my hand into the lower arc of the hoop, And by pushing my hand, remember when we were doing this thing? That instinct will help sort of you develop how to get a nice little pop on your throws. But the smoothness comes a lot from your catches, and you're catching it in the southern arc. For what it's worth, I'm spinning my hoop to my right hand. It's falling towards my right hand right now. I'm holding it in my left hand. Oh, that's right. So I'm pushing, I'm sorry, I forgot, why did I set that up? Because I'm pushing into this corner. So I'm like spinning to my right, I'm holding it with my left hand, I'm pushing into the corner, this corner. Hoop geeky, sweet. Okay, so the reason I'm pointing this out, y'all, is that if you're, depending on what level of, vertical game you're at, this is always getting it at the southern arc or the lower arc. But I can go get it at the northern arc. I just have to change the way I grip the hoop. Let me show you what happens. If I was doing really big tosses, if I don't catch it down on the southern arc and I catch it up here, that's a wrist breaker, right? If I catch it on the northern arc, there's no place for it to roll, and it just deadens. It's a cool move to do, if you mean to do it, like you intentionally want to misdirect or something like that. But otherwise, it's kind of a flow breaker, and it definitely breaks the roll if you get it on the northern arc. The only way you can combat that, if that happens, is to teach your hand that the moment the hoop touches it, it needs to spin it again. It needs to spin it across. It needs to get some more spin back on it if it hits here. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to go I'll use just one hand, but I'm carrying it from one side to the other side in point position. My thumb is down on this side, and it's carrying it over to here. Then my hand is jumping across and carrying it back over to here. Okay? This is if I did it sort of like walking the hands. That might be easier at first to... You can imagine maybe you're curving around something, you're bringing your hand around something. So this is me if I'm getting it at the bottom. And then this is what it looks like if I get it at the top. I don't know if that makes sense at all. We'll put some music on and let you ask questions.
The biosphere in which we live is one giant consciousness. And we are a small portion of that. These are extended neurological membranes.
sort of see one more sort of version of this northern call. This is the move that we've done a lot, where we've learned this move here, just passing it back and forth. But I can start to use that northern arc to create a crawl. And you see how it's the same move, but it just looks different, feels different to you. So instead of this is the regular move, but now I'm getting gooey on the inside and using the northern arc to kind of hold the hoop.
We live is one giant consciousness. And so hopefully the spirit of goodness.
Isolations or northern arc type stuff. Nice tea.
Understand the language of nature. And so hopefully the spirit of goodness will survive.
Okay. You have any Tara says that's tiring. And it is. Okay. All right, that was pretty techie stuff tonight. I appreciate so I'll show you a little bit. Actually, this will kind of be one way we can. I'll tease sort of what's ahead. And we've kind of done tipping before, but it's we've done a little bit of tipping before, but it's basically when you intentionally move the hoop to another plane, like you're pushing it in a way, like I could, like if I did something like this and brought the hoop down, like if I'm tossing it, or let's see, yeah, if I was like tossing it and kind of started to create a wrap with it by pushing into it, moving my hand really fast. That's called a kind of a tip. Boom. This is me tipping the hoop into another balance, or another position. That's a tip. And it's kind of unique because, at least the way I've been doing it, it's kind of a different way of pushing the hoop, because you're actually not pushing it on its most outer wall, but now a tip is kind of like where you're pushing it on this kind of inner wall, this corner here. So you're kind of coming in at an angle on a lot of these tips. It's just a different feeling with it, because you're not trying to get under it, you're trying to get sort of beside it. This would be if I got under it and I create a balance. This would be a tip where I'm not trying to get under it at all. I'm just trying to catch it sort of with my movement. So one way you can start to feel what this tip impulse is this move we were just doing. And you can, let's do a rising current. So I'm rolling the hoop, it's on my left hand on my right side. I'm coming back and forth. I forgot what I was going to show. Oh, right. So, thank you, baby. So I'm here and I'm pulling it back. So the tip would happen as I'm pulling it back, my hand is going to tip out over the hoop like this, and it tips it. We've done this in class before, but it tips the hoop away, and it really kind of puts this sort of funky angle. So I'll show you what I mean right now. So this is me doing that same move with 0 tipping. Now when this hand comes in, it's going to tip the plane of the hoop, and you see how it immediately goes out of plane? This is tipping. So this is the regular plane. And then this is me. If I push with these hands, if they start to roll here and they tip over, I'm tipping back over my wrist. Boom. Boom. And this might be a move that like feels cooler than it looks. But this is the traditional, and this is vertical. But I'm going to start to twist the hoop. Boom, boom. Okay. All right, we'll just free hoop from here. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Tara.
My love, my legs are growing weak. I'm longing for your strength. I laid upon the river clay. Sunlight moved as I was taking it in, fading away. Oh, then I saw you in a dream. Came to me like a vision I had in Joshua Tree.
Let me see if this camera helps. So this is the normal rolling. And okay. As it gets over here, before I'm bringing it back, my hand here flips. It puts pressure on it. You're sort of backhanding. Tipping is like you sort of are backhanding. But it can be like, see, it can be like a cool way to get out of the vertical, like super fast. You see that clean transition. So I'm in vertical movement here. I can just... This gives you a little bit of extra pop on things. But this is... I'll show you with this camera one more time. This is it. Pop it over here, pop it, pop it. And I'll go back to that normal one. So same thing. The only nice T. And then the only thing is oh. Sweet. Okay, guys, we'll just free hoop from here. Thank you. I will be back Thursday. I'm thinking about doing a Zoom class. This Thursday because I don't have that many credits left there. So we might do a Zoom. I think we will do a Zoom class this Thursday. And for those of you that don't want to join, but it'll stream to YouTube. I figured out some things since the last time. It'll stream to YouTube. It'll be in 2 places, so you could just watch it like a regular class, although it'll look a little bit different. But I think, yeah, let's do that. That might be one of our last ones. So we have a request to keep it on multiple screens. Okay. All right. I know what it means. All right, Louisa. Sorry you can't be there live. Okay. This is our Free Hoop, guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to do a couple more songs. Need to fix something. disappeared there for a second because I want to show you who this artist is, and I'm having trouble getting it. So I will just share the link. Okay, I got it. Here's the Oh, sweet. Please do. Okay, so here is the list to tonight's playlist. And this song is called Gravitas, or it's called, by Variant Field, and it's called Letting Go. And it's about 7 or 8 deep on the playlist. Jackie, you're always there for us. Okay, I think let's make this one our last song. This will be the last song. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Tara, wherever you are. You're welcome, Heidi. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you, guys.